Welcome to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslage. It was a grand celebration at Cleveland's Intercontinental Hotel as those who appeared in the 11th edition of Who's Who in Black Cleveland were honored. Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson welcomed the honorees with an important message.
You know, it's very, very important that we not seek external validation of who we are, but really begin to recognize who we are as a community and to recognize those people who have made our community what it is. And we have a lot of challenges before us. And this helps us as young people look at Who's Who in Black Cleveland, look at that publication and see people who look like them, who are in professions that maybe they now will believe that they can also accomplish the same end.
Carter Womack, the CEO of Who's Who Publishing, recognized all those who appeared in the issue.
It is my pleasure this evening to introduce and present our emerging leaders, to recognize our game changers. This year we have identified game changers, those people who are changing the game in the lives of others in this community and around the country, and to recognize all of you who are featured in this year's edition.
The highlight of the evening culminated with the reveal of the cover of the Who's Who in Black Cleveland issue.
All right, here we go, the moment we've been waiting for.
Make sure that gets on the screen too. It's kind of small for them to see.
Keep watching TV20 to see the program honoring the 2016 Who's Who in Black Cleveland in its entirety. A special employee recognition ceremony was held at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport to honor the men and women who have done outstanding work throughout the year.
You know, public service is an honorable profession, but it's not made for everybody. But those who do it and do it right really have the opportunity to impact the lives of individuals, neighborhoods, and communities. And out here at the airport, you have that opportunity, and you do it well, because when people come through here now, they talk about how it looks, they talk about how it functions, they talk about how friendly it is, and how we're able to get in and out of an airport much easier than any other airport that they visit sometime.
I got to tell you, I'm always proud of our employees, and every time I do public speaking, I talk about how great our employees are, but I've never been more proud of you than I am today. This has been a year of rebuilding and rebounding. The service that we've picked up now is unprecedented in the industry, and that's really the result of all of your hard work.
Awards were given for performance, perfect attendance, top flight, outstanding public service, and the employees of the month and year. Congratulations to all who were awarded this year. Stay tuned to TV20 to see the ceremony in its entirety. The Storefront Renovation Program is a program offered by the City of Cleveland that helps building owners to fix up and modernize store buildings and signage. A recognition ceremony was held for the building owners who successfully completed and renovated their storefronts, and TV20 reporter Dan Monroe is there to get the story.
Storefronts across the city of Cleveland have been getting a facelift thanks to a program that, once completed, gives building owners the incentives needed to redesign their exteriors. It's called the Storefront Renovation Program, and program manager Terry Sandy says it's been helping businesses for years.
The city's intent is to make our neighborhood retail districts attractive to new businesses and then to the residents and visitors that shop in those retail districts. So we do that by having a designer on staff. We design the outside of the building, keeping in mind the architecture of the building, the history of the building, and then we design new signage for the new businesses so that they can be, functional signage but creative and make people notice them.
An event was held at the Wyndham Hotel in downtown Cleveland to recognize those businesses that successfully completed the program in 2015. Recipients took home a picture frame with a certificate of completion and a photo of their new exteriors. Fred Elabed, who owns the building that houses Dollar Tree, says he's glad he went through the program.
I was incredibly surprised by the process and how fast and timely it was, and encouraged by their efforts of really doing a good job for me and my family.
There are many benefits for businesses to take part in the storefront renovation program, says Sandy.
In our target areas, a building owner that goes through the program would receive a rebate of 40% of those costs to fix up the building, up to $25,000 back. If it were a business that was getting a sign, then we have a rebate of 40% up to $3,000. So when they finish the project, the city mails out the rebate check.
For TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
The Eastside Market, located at East 105 in St. Clair, closed in 2007. But less than 10 years later, it is about to undergo a $3.5 million renovation. A groundbreaking was recently held at the home of the future market and meeting place, where city and county officials spoke to residents about the importance of bringing it back to Glenville.
We're going to make sure you are proud of this. And this is not just Glenville's market. This is Collinwood's market. This is Huff's market. This is St. Clair Superior Market. It's the northeast of Cleveland. And we expect you to tell your family and your friends. And I just want to be able to say, all of you, I thank you for being patient with me on this. And thank all of you for being here and for supporting Mike Polizek, myself, and Kevin Conwell.
I can't say enough about Jeff and Kev. We work as a team. We're friends. We're committed to changing things. We're committed to redeveloping the St. Clair corridor. We're going to put Glenville back on the map, okay? Glenville is going back on the map.
We have to really push. I got together with Councilman Johnson and Councilmember Mike Polizek, and I just became the council member over here, and we fought and we pushed for our residents. That's why it's been a long time coming. But now we're going to move forward, and we're going to bring other resources and opportunities for the residents in the Glenville community. This is just a start.
The Thomas McCafferty Health Center on Lorraine Road in Cleveland played host to a free health and wellness festival that brought the community together for a day of fun and learning how to live a healthier life. Frances Mills, the director on the Cleveland Office of Minority Health, explains.
Here we give the community an opportunity to get free blood pressure screenings, free cholesterol, sugar screening, anything related to health. We have free food, we have face painting for the kids, a clown, and all of the health information that you would need in order to learn more about taking good care of your health.
Mills says the main goal of the health festival is to give out information and prevention tips on some of the biggest epidemics in the African American and Latino communities.
The things that are killing us as African Americans, as Latinos, heart disease, obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all of these things we can get rid of if we just keep on top of the screenings and know what our numbers are. Everybody should know what their blood pressure number is, what their sugar levels are, and what they need to do to control diabetes. Those are the things that are harming us as a community.
The bottom line, says Mills, is know your numbers. If you weren't able to stop by the festival, call your doctor and make an appointment to get the testing done. For more information on the Ohio Commission on Minority Health, visit their webpage at mih.ohio.gov. There are so many businesses and institutions right here in Cleveland that are celebrating a milestone year, and one of those is the Cleveland Museum of Art, who is celebrating their 100th birthday this year. A press event to kick off the centennial celebration was held in their state-of-the-art atrium, where Mayor Frank Jackson was on hand to present a proclamation to Director of the Museum, William Griswold, and he spoke on CMA's significance in the city.
The Cleveland Museum of Arts has contributed a lot to Cleveland. It's just not a local or national institution. It's known throughout the world. And it's being known throughout the world has really brought great benefits to the city of Cleveland. When people think of Cleveland, they think of the museum, they think of us in a very positive way. And I earlier, as we were talking, I saw a group of kids just going through, and I see some kids over there now. And so it also serves as a way to expose young people to culture and to art in a way that they would not have been able to be exposed but for this museum.
It's a year-long celebration, an amazing milestone event for this institution, and the next 2 months will be the busiest of the entire year. Our actual centennial is on June the 6th. That day we'll have special programs here for our members. On June the 7th, we'll host a special day for the entire community. Our wonderful current exhibition, Pharaoh, King of Ancient Egypt, will be open to the public for free. And then on June the 25th and June the 26th, we're going to host a celebration that will solstice. It's going to be open to all, and it's going to be a 2-day festival that will conclude with an outdoor performance by our great partners, the Cleveland Orchestra.
It was announced that the Cleveland Orchestra and local companies like Pierre's Ice Cream have partnered up with the museum to celebrate this cultural milestone.
This is going to be such an exciting event. You know, we are neighbors here at University Circle, and so to be able to come right across the street here and help one of our longtime neighbors celebrate their centennial, it's a real pleasure to be able to present this concert on June 26th right outside here. It's going to be a real treat.
Pierre's Ice Cream Company has been a part of Cleveland for 80 years, so we're a proud Cleveland citizen, and we're excited to enter into this community partnership with the Art Museum, and to really help celebrate a big important part of the city of Cleveland, what they contribute to the community, and we're really excited to be able to celebrate this centennial with them. Began collaborating on this flavor and this great opportunity, and developed the flavor Sunday at the museum. It's vanilla ice cream with caramel, fudge, and pecans. And we named it Sunday at the Museum, and we're very excited.
You know, it's incredibly gratifying. It's one of the things I really love about Cleveland. There's a tremendous sense of collaboration. We're all in it together. Everybody is working toward the betterment of our city, and it's really fun. I'm a relative newcomer to Cleveland, here 18 months, and one of the most exciting things about Northeast Ohio is that sense of collaboration and partnership. So we are working with a lot of people, and we're so grateful to each and every one of them for helping us with our celebration.
Definitely try to get out to the Art Museum sometime this year. And when we return to the Weekly News Wrap-Up, we'll learn how one Cleveland organization is helping the homeless in our community. And we'll see how an old factory is being converted into new homes. All that and more when we return to the Weekly News Wrap-Up.
This is one great state, but it hasn't been a walk in the park. They call me invasive species. Nice, huh? Or hungry pests. I mean, do I look invasive? You should think of me as a culinary tourist. People help me get around, mostly on the things they move and pack. Gotta run. I do have a lot of mouths to feed.
Hungry pests threaten to devour our trees and crops. Leave hungry pests behind. Go to hungrypests.com.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. The organization Frontline first began in 1988 with a mission to help those in need, particularly the homeless in our area. They rely on grants and funding to provide shelter and necessary services to help their clients get back on their feet and thrive. To help raise additional funds, the Beyond the Storm charity event was born, and this year I had the honor of helping the staff of Frontline raise money and awareness at their third annual event at 78th Street Studios. I asked President of Frontline, Susan Neff, to tell us more about who they reach out to and why the event is vital for the organization.
We reach out to those in our community who are in different types of crisis. We are a safety net. And so we work with those who are homeless. We go out to those who are living in places not meant for human habitation, those who are struggling with severe mental disabilities, addiction, and chronic physical health conditions. We outreach to those who are in psychiatric crises and those who are in so much pain that they're contemplating taking their own lives. And we work with children and families whose lives have been devastated by violence. And so we provide the intensive clinical services, the support and the relationship that is so essential for healing and recovery.
So tonight's event obviously is so vital to raise money and awareness for the organization.
It is. It's vital for two reasons. First, for the money, for the organization, the discretionary dollars, which enables us to assist clients in ways that we aren't always able to without those dollars. So it does raise money. It's a fundraiser. But the other thing that it does is so extraordinary. It allows artists, our clients, an opportunity to see their art up and exhibited, and that is so extraordinarily meaningful that it's very powerful.
It's an art exhibit and a fundraiser, and all the artwork at tonight's event was created by the men and women we serve and the children that we serve in our programs.
The most rewarding part is watching the organization grow and really reach the community the way that they do. There's so many intricate parts to frontline services. It's quite amazing all the services that they provide in our community.
Overall, the event raised over $93,000, which will go to a variety of things such as RTA bus passes, school uniforms, and an all-day camp for kids. For more information, visit frontlineservice.org. Cleveland's Music Hall was the place to be for the second annual A Celebration of Hope entertainment program and award show presented by the Gloria Pointer Teen Movement Foundation. Yvonne Pointer is the founder of the foundation and explains how the event got started.
Celebration of Hope began after the 29-year search and arrest of my daughter Gloria's homicide. And so we thought this would be a good time to celebrate. And what are we celebrating? We're celebrating hope. Shelley, we're celebrating hope. And so that's why we're here. We're here to say, never give up hope. We got my friend Gil Walker here from Chicago, Illinois, so excited. And then my pastor, Pastor Rufus Webb, the greatest pastor in the entire world from the New Direction Church of God in Christ.
Before the honorees were celebrated, the audience was treated to a special show that included a stand-up comedian.
I tried to fix my hairline. I went to the hair club for men and everything. I tried. They said they can't do nothing with me. They said, we can't even help you, sir. It's not your hairline, it's your forehead. You got a big forehead, sir. They took me in a room and showed me my forehead on a pie chart.
Dancing, and a performance by Humble G the Fiddler. Pointer says the meaning behind the Celebration of Hope is to honor local and national leaders for their commitment to improving their communities.
We're here to honor 10 honorees, of which is Larice Purnell, one of them, Mickey Burns, and then we also have our national honorees, who is Elvin Ross, who is the musical director for Tyler Perry Film, and then we have Lamin Jetta, who is a direct descendant of Kunta Kinte. What we're saying is one person can make a difference, never give up on hope, and that's why we're celebrating hope.
And after more than 20 years of service to the city of Cleveland, Yvonne Pointer is retiring as the project director for special events for the City of Cleveland's Department of Community Relations. At a party in her honor, Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson recalls how Ms. Pointer is always there to help during times of need.
Recently, when we've had to deal with the loss of children, or we had to deal with having to communicate with parents and mothers of whether it is not just the loss of children through the hands of police, it's through the hands of us. Yeah. And Ms. Pointer was always there, and she's always helped that family, she's helped that mother, she helped me, she's helped Blaine, and she's helped this city get through all of that.
Cleveland's Director of Community Relations, Blaine Griffin, talks about the effect Ms. Pointer has had on him.
There will only be one Ms. Pointer. She's made me a better person, and I can also say that she's made several others around her a better person. It could be one of the worst days of my life, and Ms. Pointer will always lift you up with a smile.
Ms. Pointer says she has nothing but gratitude for the city she has worked for and the people she has worked with.
I am just so eternally grateful to the city of Cleveland to have been an employee for all these years, and I promise them I will forever do this work that God has assigned me to do. To Mayor Frank Jackson, who is the greatest mayor that we have, and to my director, Blaine Griffin, and to all the people that came today. That is so special. To the Black History Committee, to my family and friends, I'm just grateful.
So what's next for Yvonne Pointer?
You know what? I don't know. That's the beautiful part about stepping out on faith. I would like to just travel for a while. We'll see. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't have a plan, but I know that God has a plan.
Everyone at TV20 wishes Miss Yvonne Pointer the best on her retirement. As a part of Hispanic Heritage Month, the City of Cleveland Community Relations Board held a Cinco de Mayo celebration at the West 25th branch of U.S. Bank. Many people think of Cinco de Mayo as the day of Mexican independence, but that's not true, says Mari Galindo da Silva of Metro Health Systems.
Cinco de Mayo is the Battle of Puebla, when the world's most powerful army, the French army at that time, came to Mexico, and our indigenous people, with no guns, nor rifles, and very few in number, were able to beat the French army after we had just suffered through the war in our independence from Spain.
The celebration included food, music, and singing. In his keynote speech, Reverend Max Rodas, Executive Director of the Nueve Luis Urban Resource Center, says everyone should embody the spirit of the Mexican fighters of 1862 to stand up to bullies and oppressors.
We, like the ragtag makeshift Mexican army of 1862, need to move from our passivity and our fatalistic lo que será, será mentality and become engaged in fighting against the bullies, or should I say the bully of today. Amen. This battle is not just for Mexicans or Latinos, Latinas for that matter, but everyone who believes in freedom, equality, and justice for all.
For more information, look for Cleveland Hispanic Heritage Month on Facebook. A new apartment complex is coming to Clinton Avenue in the Ohio City neighborhood, replacing a century-old factory building that residents had wanted to come down for some time. Fred Geis of Geis Companies expects the new complex to open sometime next year.
Well, today we're breaking ground on a long-anticipated project of ours, Clinton Road Apartments. This project was started some 2 years ago. We've gotten local approvals and we've gotten City Hall approvals. We purchased the building sometime beginning of last year, and we hope to open up the new apartments in spring of 17.
The building coming down has a long history on Clinton Avenue, but Geis says the new apartment building will have a modern look and feel to it.
The original building that we're tearing down was built in 1904. It had been everything from a brasserie to a butcher shop, and quite frankly, it outlived its usefulness in the neighborhood. We feel that residents are much more consistent with the needs in Ohio City today. The building will be modern, sophisticated, everything that you expect in a modern apartment, modern and new. We'll have balconies. It will be dense and it will be urban, very similar to what the city of Cleveland is reaching for and in the end of this decade.
After the speeches came the ceremonial groundbreaking. Ward 3 Councilman Kerry McCormick is excited about the new housing this project will create.
But what I think is so special about this is that this is going to create new housing for people to enjoy and take advantage of the neighborhood that I live in, the neighborhood that I love, living up the street here. So the wonderful amenities we have here, the walkability, the community building, the wonderful neighbors, the small businesses, the arts and culture we share here in the community. This is an opportunity for more and more people to enjoy that and to take advantage of that and to be a part of that.
The Clinton Avenue apartments are expected to open sometime next spring. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame recently inducted 6 new artists into its prestigious ranks. The induction ceremony is held in Cleveland every other year, and during the off years, the Hall hosts a benefit concert to support their award-winning education program. Here's TV20 reporter Christian Patterson with more.
Fresh off their 2016 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, Cheap Trick is performing at Public Auditorium for their 13th annual It's Only Rock Spring Benefit. This benefit concert is such an amazing event, something you wouldn't want to miss.
Whether you're attending to enjoy great music from Hall of Fame caliber musicians, eat great local food, or just dance the night away, this is one of the best parties of the year.
You know, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is so important for Cleveland, and when they have events like this, it just highlights what they mean to Cleveland, the people that come to town. There's a lot of people in this room that are here from out of town, spending money, creating jobs for Clevelanders to see this, and that's a big part of what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is all about.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, whether it's the fundraiser or the Rock and Roll induction, is one of the greatest things that happened in the city of Cleveland in a long time. And the best part is in our building. And they come to our building and they transform our building in our office, in our room here, and it's something that's just magnificent.
This spring benefit is more of what you would call a party with a purpose. The proceeds directly benefit the Hall's education program that reaches more than 50,000 students and educators each year.
We're so excited. I mean, we do so many things that, to help educate school kids in Cleveland, to help bring students and really use music to tell them about math, about culture, about different careers that they can do.
Education is where it is in America today. It's important that people understand the history of rock music. Okay, it started back in the South, kind of a rhythm and blues, a little bit of boogie, and it migrated north, and here it is today.
This year's headliner, Cheap Trick, released its debut album in 1977 and is known for their 4 decades of almost continuous touring. The band has performed more than 5,000 shows to date and was ranked 25th on VH1's list of the 100 greatest artists of rock.
Cheap Trick is in the class of 2016. Really interesting about them, had never been nominated before. They've been eligible for 13 years. Got nominated first time, just beat the crap out of everybody else on online fan polls.
Cheap Trick brought out tons of rock and roll fans for this amazing benefit concert. Congratulations to Cheap Trick on their Hall of Fame inductions, and rock on.
Definitely try to get down to the Rock Hall and see the latest inductee exhibits. Now that's all for your TV20 Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Hasledge. Coming up next, we'll have the Inside Sports Report with Christian Patterson.